Yo, episode 271, We Made It podcast. Caesar's,
271.
Caesar's here with the new shirt. Holly's with the new hat.
Always got to switch it up. That's
Yeah.
always LA.
Interesting.
Best city.
Caesar's got, what does that say? Oregon?
Huh?
1 decade? Okay, what's that about?
I don't know.
All right. We Made It podcast, episode 271. I think we got unlimited time, so we'll get the 3-hour episode cracking. But we're going to talk about some Champions League recaps. We'll talk about the interesting World Cup bid, and we might talk about some U.S. men's national team, since Holly loves the women's national team so much in the United States. Maybe Holly also likes the men's national team in the U.S. We'll figure that out. But Caesar, how you doing? Dude, you acting kind of weird. What's going on with you right now?
I woke up from a nap.
Okay, are you acting weird because I sent the link out this time?
Yeah, I feel a little displaced right now. I feel like I just got demoted a little bit.
Feel a little useless.
Yeah, I'm feeling just like I'm feeling used and useless.
Okay. Okay. Also, actually, before we get into everything, I don't know who's listening to this right now. Probably not that many people and somebody in Taiwan. But I want to make it official, and I will announce it on Twitter. I was waiting for at least 3 episodes in a row of Holly being here for it to be official. I was like, you know what? Let me get 3 in a row, and then I'll be like, okay, then it's real. So officially, Holly is part of We Made It podcast team.
Thank you
Round
so
of
much for
applause.
having me.
You hear the news, Kumi?
Actually,
I can't.
Hmm.
You didn't think I was serious.
I think
You gotta trust. You gotta trust a Canadian dog.
we've been let down in the past.
That's true.
Trust issues.
Absolutely. That's Caesar's favorite song.
It's not, dog.
But anyway, let's talk about Champions League. We have the second match day of the group stage. A lot of matches. Let's start on Tuesday. Which matches did you guys watch?
I watched an Inter and Victoria Plazin.
Interesting choice.
Honestly, it was an interesting choice. Regret it a little bit. Not a very good game. I'll tell you that.
Inter won, right? Who scored? Do you know? You
They
remember?
won 2-0. Dzeko and I don't even remember the second goal.
Dumfries.
Oh, well, Dumfries. Yeah, there you go. At that point in the game, Victoria Plaza got a player sent off, down a man. I guess it was bound to happen that they would be scored on again. But honestly, that game was very boring. Caesar, I think you tuned in a little bit. Did you?
Yeah. I just think like they kind of just play like a very typical like European side where it's just like they're just kind of like holding back possession, not letting much happen, but Inter not being able to like capitalize until they were down a man, right? Then I think they received a red card, and that's when they were able to start like at least putting more than one goal in. I'm like, this is insane. This team just lost 5-0 a week before, and Inter's like struggling to get a goal off just to win this game. So it just Inter, even against like not good teams comparatively to Inter's budget, like they just don't look like a good side at all.
How long is Lukaku out for?
I'm actually not sure about that, but I know that but to be honest with you, like they do have a good rotation of strikers up top. They still have Correa from Lazio, and then they're rotating Dzeko in up top of Martinez. Lautaro, I think, is second or top of Serie A still, and he scored a couple goals as well this season. Like it's like their issues not necessarily that they don't have the striker. I think their issues like they have a horrible formation. I do not like their wingback formation because like Dumfries is not like doesn't have like elite pace to be like that dude on the wings. Now, of course, he's gonna get it cracking and see like this, and he's pretty good. I think he's good as a traditional fullback, but I don't think he's like really like a wing back. I think wing back dudes are like I think of like a Victor Moses, where like these guys are like nasty every time they get a ball, or or like they have like a lot of speed. They just don't look that good as a side, in my opinion, at least about Inter.
That dude Gosens is pretty good from Atalanta. They got him.
Gosens.
Yeah, he was balling on Atalanta. I remember him. He's like a wing back. But anyway,
A bunch of teams kind of swooped up on Gosens, honestly. I mean, on Atalanta, they had like a lot of talent during that 2-year run where they're like top 4. Like they had like some nasty players.
mhm.
They all get
Um,
taken.
what else? What else? What other games you guys watch Tuesday?
Can you recap
Games.
some of the games for yesterday as well?
I'm sorry.
Who else played yesterday?
I mean, Sporting Tottenham. I watched. Did I watch that? I think I watched. I watched
They
most of.
lose. They lost.
Yeah, Tottenham lost 2-0. It was kind of crazy because they lost late and the game was really boring. Also,
90th minute, right?
it was very late. I was pretty much like it's gonna be 0-0. Like I was kind of over it. But then like I saw someone, I was like, who in the world just scored? I was like, oh damn, Sporting scored. Okay, nice.
Yeah, the
And then,
Brazilian Ronaldo scored.
and then yeah. And then that guy nutmegged I can't call him Emerson Royale. I can't do it. That's Eddie Royal. I can't do it. I don't know. I don't know, Holly, if you watch much American football or no.
Not really, no.
Okay. There was a wide receiver from the Broncos named Eddie Royal, and he had E Royal on his jersey. And so when I see Emerson Royale, I'm like, that's Eddie Royal right there. And so
Just
and
throw a
then,
little spice on the name.
yeah, and they honestly kind of look the same too, actually. Like same build and everything.
I feel yeah, honestly.
It might be him.
Emerson could play a little American football. He's kind of built for it.
I think that is Eddie Royal. I think he just started playing soccer.
Yeah.
But whoever that dude is on Sporting just like embarrassed him so much on that nutmeg. I was like, oh my God, it's embarrassing. But I didn't, I felt for him because when we were playing soccer on Saturday, Caesar's old friend Chris did that to me too. Did you guys watch Liverpool Ajax? No, nobody did.
I caught a bit of it, but honestly, it wasn't a super convincing win to me. But I know it's a pretty big sigh of relief for Klopp.
I mean, one was doing the heart, this and stuff. I was like, damn, is it that passionate? This group stage victory versus I actually doing big hearts out there? Jeez.
Well, didn't they win in stoppage time?
Yeah, it was like 89th minute goal by none other than Joel Matip.
Mm.
But once again, I don't know. It's kind of it was Trent Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk who made the mistake for Ajax's goal. I don't know, man. They're not very convincing this year. Their attack isn't as up front and in your face as it has been in the past. It's like as like early as last year. Like it's just weird. It's been a weird start of the season for them. And like I said, not very convincing win, to be honest.
I saw the goal that Ajax scored, and I just don't like. I remember last year in the Champions League final when Real Madrid scored. Was that the final? Yeah, they played Liverpool, right? Yeah. And I just saw Virgil van Dijk just kind of like, it's like I don't know how big he thinks he is. Like, do you think you can just stand there and you're gonna block it? And I felt like the same way with this one. Like, the guy has the ball and you're not that far away. Like, you need to kind of press it and you're in the box. But he just tends to kind of just put his hands behind his back and just try to like make his body big. And it's like, dude, are you scared? Like, what? Like, are you scared to get nutmegged in the box or something? I don't know, but I think he's washed personally.
Yeah, and I would have kind of expected a better performance from them against Ajax.
I thought they were going to lose.
I didn't think I watched last week's Ajax game. I think they have like kind of like a cool idea for a team, but I'm not convinced on this team right now. I up top at striker, they didn't really address missing out on what's his name that went to BVB, the striker, the big guy.
Holler.
They didn't really address that. I know they have some loans and some good players like Bobby who came over from Salzburg. Like they have some good players, but no one that's like that guy was like a talisman up top for them. He scored a ton of goals for them last season. Didn't really all the way address that. They do have some good wingers, but I know Ajax loves to run that 4-3-3, and then they really need that guy in the middle. I don't think they really have like a solid player. So I think there's going to be good games for them, and I think there's going to be games where it just doesn't really work out that well. But I still think they could have pulled that off against Liverpool. But if there was a time for them to beat Liverpool in group stage, yesterday was a great day. And like it just kind of sucks that they couldn't capitalize on that either.
It's also not easy playing in Liverpool. Like
True.
maybe they can get it on the run back in Netherlands.
Yeah.
And also they didn't bring in Lucas Ocampos. I don't know why. He's the best player y'all got.
He hasn't played yet, right?
No, I saw him play a little bit. And also what was I gonna say? Oh, Sebastian Haller, fuck cancer. But he's doing better.
Yeah. Hope he's doing better. I saw him at the game. He's sitting there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Don't do it, Caesar. Okay. Somebody watch Bayern versus Barca though.
That is your boy. I did watch Bayern versus Barcelona.
Tell us about it. I was watching Marseille versus Frankfurt, like a real one.
That's
That Europa League match.
That's a conference league match, to be honest.
Literally, it actually was.
Can't name 5 Frankfurt players.
3 are Japanese.
This is true. Every German team has 3 Japanese players, though. Nah, Barcelona. I'll say this. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm really liking this Bayern team, and I kind of do. And I think what I really like is I like their depth at the winger position. They have a ton of talent coming in. And now with Sadio, I think we talked about last week with Sadio, and then they have the Weekend, and they have that young guy Musiala, the young guy, the 18-year-old that used to be an England international. Now he's like a German representative. They have a lot of good talent.
Sane, Coman,
Coman, who we hate. They have a lot of don't support beaters. So they have a lot of talent on that team, but the issue, it's like I think that they didn't really get anybody to replace, of course, Lewandowski, but I do like what they're doing with Mueller in the middle. Like Mueller just kind of sits in the middle, and even he had that crazy year last year with the ton of assists he got. He is really good at distributing the ball. He does a great job of like passing the ball to those guys, and all those guys run, especially Leroy Sané. When he gets the Jets going, it was incredible. And I will commend him. He scored a right-footed goal today, and it was and anytime a lefty scored a right-footed goal, we love to see that. We love to see that. Especially that was an issue I kind of saw him Man City. He didn't really do a ton of that. It was like a lot of like left opportunities, and he would even dribble far deep from left to right with his left foot, and that makes me want to cry.
Caesar, I blame Pep.
Yeah, Pep, whatever's going on Bayern, they got him working on his right foot. It was nice. It was like it was kind of like when you watch Vinicius do one where it's like not a ton of power, but it's perfect location. Like it was just a good spot. And I always was taught when I played is that everybody thinks you need to hit with power. It's all about location, and just timing. He did a good job with that. Ter Stegen might have been throwing a little bit. It is a little German action. He might have been. You could have got that. I'm just saying,
investigation
on the German. You know, what I'm saying a little, but no. Lewandowski couldn't get nothing going. To be honest, he was like a ghost almost in the beginning.
He had a few chances though. He had a few chances.
Yes, but the problem is he had some chance. He's gonna get chances, but if you watch comparative to last game where the offensive involvement is flowing through him, in this game it looked like they were trying to get the ball to him instead of they would get the ball to him and he would make things happen, or like it looked like they were really trying to get it there and they couldn't, like with Rafinha and Dembele. Like it looked a little bit disgruntled. And I also say, we talked about this, I know they signed Koundé, but Barcelona has a very weird defense. I don't know how to explain it, but they just don't have like consistency there sometimes.
It's a bad back line.
But Koundé is a great defender. Araujo is a great defender.
Araujo's not great. I
think it's a good defender.
He's good. He's not great.
But I don't think his defending is good in terms of what his skill set is. I think he has like a lot of like energy and strength. I think that like he has like a lot of that like athleticism, which can be good. But when you're playing teams like Bayern, where it's a lot of like crisp passing and good movement, they get around people like that. And they have wingers that are just as athletic as you are. So it becomes an outmatched situation. Yeah, Bayern just looked like a better team through and through the whole game. To be honest with you, and especially towards the second half when they were able to make rotations, they didn't look like they lost a beat. Like Barcelona looked like, oh, here's a new guy in because they have a ton of players. It's like, oh, let's adjust to this player coming in. Bayern just looked like it was like we've been doing this all the time. This is fine, and they were able to like kind of flawlessly move through. And yeah, Bayern just looked like a way better team, and I'm actually surprised that Barcelona was literally not able to score a single goal. I was kind of surprised by that, but
Yeah, it looked like Lewandowski had a few chances to
especially in the
score.
first half. The
Yeah.
first half it was a lot closer than the second half.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that go ahead.
I just I read the stat about the first half that Lewandowski had. I think he had 5 chances, and Bayern as a whole only had 4.
Damn.
So he did have a lot of. I mean, I didn't watch the game, but by the sounds of it, he had a lot of chances. But just quickly, like what I always find, and I kind of found the same about the City Dortmund match from today that we'll get to. But whenever a former player plays their old team, like in such a short period of being on that new team, like it was a summer transfer window and they're playing their old team. I just find that usually happens. Like Bayern are gonna know how Lewandowski plays. They're gonna, kind of set up to stop him. And that was kind of the same with Dortmund and City. Like with Holland, he wasn't very active in the match until the very end. He did score a really nice goal, but I just find that kind of happens a lot. If it was later in the tournament or in the year, it might have been different, but I think because it's so soon and they know former players and all that, I think maybe that's why. But I mean, in Lewandowski's case, he did have a lot of chances, so it's not like he was completely a ghost in the game.
Yeah. I mean, also like when I'm looking at this back line that Barcelona started, you got Marcus Alonso, Christensen, Araujo, and Conde at right back. I'm just looking at like Bayern's midfield. Like, I mean, obviously they're playing like they got a lot of midfielders out there, kind of, but just with Kimmich and Sabitzer and Musela, like you got a lot of quality there. Like you're gonna have a hard time facing these two midfielders, Kimmich and Sabitzer. Like that's tough already. But yeah, Bayern's a good team. They got a lot of speed. They're going to be drilled very well. They've all played with each other for a long time. I kind of was thinking it was going to be a draw this match.
Me too.
But I will say that this is the first match Barcelona's lost all season. And on ESPN FC, they were asking, is Xavi good enough to coach Barcelona? And I was like, this is just really ridiculous. I can't even believe that this is what you're talking about. They lost one match all season, and it's to Bayern Munich. And you're saying, is he good enough to coach his team?
If anything, my question would have been, did they properly do scouting during the window to address what they needed on their team? Did they properly scout their needs? I feel like when you look at this lineup, why was there never in the individual? I know they finally got Bellerin. They ended up getting him.
Yeah, he's there
from Real Betis, but he's not ready yet. But it's like they have a very they haven't lost a game this season, but their back line is very kind of confusing.
It's suspect.
It's suspect. I know Christensen, I don't think is like a world beater of a defender. I mean, that's cool. You got him, great. I think that's a regular transfer.
It was
for
free.
Anywhere.
It's a free transfer.
Alonso, I'm like, I guess, like
no.
Alonso, I'm like, he is a great shot on him, but I never remember him shutting anybody down defensively. But I mean, fine.
He's also a murderer, so
indeed he was involved where
he literally killed somebody in Spain. But
now he was never tried as a murderer, so do not sue us as a podcast.
Don't make me pull it up.
Guilty. He was never found guilty as a murderer. Okay.
Do you want to pull it up?
He was never found guilty for murder, but he was involved in a car accident where someone passed away, and this is the truth.
This guy.
Hey, I'm poor. Listen, so Holly's here now too. Got to protect Holly. All right, damn.
Poor too. So
yeah, we're all poor here. We're all in different parts of the world. You'll never find us. RIPs are not linked. No, but yeah. So Barcelona, and also to be fair to Barcelona, hasn't been facing a ton of high level opposition this year.
True.
Yes, they were undefeated, but Real Madrid's undefeated in La Liga too. It's not nothing crazy yet, but there have been a lot of high level
Well-
games. You're right. I'm not saying that you're saying wrong. ESPN FC is absolutely batshit insane for that
Big
first
game.
title. Like I said, I think it should be more about like, did they address their weaknesses, or like what's the deal with the or is he going to be able to ride this ship fully? Yes, but it's not. Oh man, like is he the right dude to coach a team? Like what are you doing, dude? What
That's
is this?
ridiculous.
Do I think so? No, I hate him, but no.
Porto beat, Club Bruges beat Porto 4-0. I don't think any of us watched that, but let's spend like 20 minutes talking about Marseille versus Eintracht Frankfurt.
No.
Let's spend a good 30 minutes on that since we're unlimited time. Now, look, before the match, no, I'm joking. Marseille lost 1-0. It's really annoying that they just keep getting beat out on counters. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, whatever, though. I don't know if that goal was a counter, though. I kind of forgot, but they're playing well, but for some reason they can't put it together. I also did not watch Bayer Leverkusen versus Atleti, but I kind of had a feeling that Atleti would lose, and they did lose 2-0. I don't think any of us watched that, though.
No, absolutely
No?
not.
No.
Well, let's talk about the matches today. I'm sure Holly, being the big Rangers fan, watched Rangers lose to Napoli 3-0.
I actually did not. I was
Shucks.
watching Celtic and Shakhtar.
Oh, you did? Yes, you did watch the early match, Celtic versus Shakhtar. Anything you want to say?
And-
I didn't watch it.
I don't know. I don't want to bash Caesar's Celtic side.
Okay.
He was going for Shakhtar.
I was not going for Shakhtar. I said that in the chat out of respect to what's going on in Ukraine, but I'm going hard body karate to Celtic all day.
I don't know which side Holly's on in the Ukraine war. I don't know. I don't want to assume anything.
I was rooting for Shakhtar as well.
Mm.
And they
Okay,
scored a really nice goal, actually.
It was nasty. It was a nasty goal.
I didn't see it. Does anybody know the Brazilian's name that scored that goal? No, I'm joking.
What goal?
No, I'm just assuming it's a Brazilian person.
No. You
No.
know it's funny what you're saying. Like they had 11 Brazilians, only one is left. All 10 have left the team.
Oh yeah, that's right. They all did.
10 are gone. One is on Leon.
Leon, yeah, Tete.
They
Yeah, I
all
remember
left
that.
except for one, and he's a fullback, and I never heard of him in my life, and he's dead regular. Everybody's gone though. From Dudu, all the guys, the fellas are gone.
I remember that video they put out with their girlfriends. They're like,
Yeah, they're all like goodbye to the airport. Like, get us out of here.
We didn't
please.
sign up for this.
Loan us anywhere.
Anywhere.
Dog. One Vinicius though, back to the Brazil, Real Madrid. He was like, "Let's go, dog."
Yeah,
Came
no.
up. No, but
Did you
yeah,
watch it too, Caesar, or no?
I did watch it.
Okay.
Celtic, like the goal that Celtic gave up, it was like to the I mentioned in the chat, like they give up that goal. I'm not even mad at that. First of all, Joe Hart is solidified to give up a goal all the time. It's fine. No, wait. Let's address something real quick. When did you become a Joe Hart defender? What is this? No. It's very weird because anybody tunes back to this show 3 years ago, ain't nobody going harder 4 years ago. Anybody go harder than Joe Hart than Bam. So it's very strange that you're like taking this very defensive approach to Ho Hart. We have an episode, I think, that was called that. So please address right now for the 4 viewers why the hell you're defending Joe Hart. I want to know.
Okay,
why.
first of all, I dubbed him Ho Hart. I gave him that nickname.
Now you feel bad?
No, I don't. But he's been whacked forever. But I just do remember when he thugged out Zlatan. I got like Zlatan on PSG when Ho Hart was on City. He did thug him out
9
like
years ago, dog.
Yeah, but I just never seen somebody literally stand up as Zlatan that way. And Zlatan missed that penalty because before that, Zlatan tried to chip him, and Ho Hart just like grabbed it and was like, "What?" And then Zlatan took that penalty, and Ho Hart saved it. And I was like, I've never seen Zlatan more deflated than that. But
okay, but wasn't Ho Hart in goal when Zlatan did that like insane bicycle kick from half?
I don't know.
When
I don't
Sweden
know.
versus England.
Yes, he
Like,
was.
Yeah, but
The
he got
highlight, or like one of the most
One of
insane
the-
highlights ever in history, like a half court bicycle kick. How hard got dismantled.
I
on.
never said he's good. He's most goalies will give up goals.
Look at him defending
But-
the game.
but-
What are you
but-
doing, dude?
but
It's
he
so
did-
weird.
But he did thug out Zlatan, City versus PSG. He thugged him out.
2006. Okay, great, dog. Nice.
Yeah.
Back when it was like grainy. That's awesome, dude. No.
Sadly, it's still grainy. But anyway, Holly, tell me about this match because I didn't watch it.
about Shakhtar and Celtic.
Yes, although I mean we don't got to spend too much time on it. There's not two major clubs, but you know
I mean, I don't watch Celtic as closely as Caesar does.
he doesn't either. He doesn't either.
Whoa. They're on the SPL is on SPL is on Paramount
Paramount.
Plus. I've tuned into 2 minutes.
Thank you.
This is a match. I mean, it ended 1-1. That's kind of something that you'd expect for a match like this. If it was going to be, I think it was always going to be pretty close. And actually, Celtic's goal kind of I think they counted it as an own goal anyway. So I don't know. Like it wasn't that entertaining. It was a good early match of the day, but nothing to really write home about.
I'll say this on Celtic. Jota, that young guy they got from Benfica, I think he's 18 or whatever, the winger. He was getting it cracking. He had a couple opportunities where he's doing all the right dribbles, but he just couldn't get that final touch in it to get a good shot off. Missed some good chances with this little horse mohawk he got going on there. It's wild. The haircut's wild. But it's the kids. He's doing his thing. The Ukrainian, I can't pronounce his name. The number 10 on Shakhtar, who scored just an absolute nasty left-footed shot. Right on the legend Ho Hart. Like made it look easy, and I think what made me so impressed by him too, of course he's 2-footed, but he has like a lot of pace too. Like he was making a lot of runs. I just think Shakhtar's not good enough team to like really take advantage of that, but he made that pretty much happen all on his own, and they were able to tie it 1-1. Celtic couldn't really respond. They're not able to link up with is it Fukushino or the striker, the blonde-haired striker they have, number 8, was a little baller. They couldn't really get the link up going. They're trying, but it didn't really happen 1-1. And kind of course expected it. They're not, I don't think Celtics gonna like dominate anybody, but hey, they got a point. There you go, Doc. More than Inter did a couple years ago.
Anybody watch Chelsea versus Red Bull Salzburg? Ended 1-1.
No, I'm in unison with Tuchel. I can't do that, dog. I'm as a leftist, I can't watch them right now.
Okay. With Tuchel being a supposed leftist, but we did get some
that was interesting. He wasn't he wasn't part of the same vision as the club. I'm like, what's the club vision? Is it no longer blue?
Todd Bowley's vision might be.
Todd Bowley, is your vision seeping in red? Because I'm confused.
Is it storming the Capitol? I don't know.
Is it shutting down clinics or opening up more? I'd love to know, Todd Bowley.
We don't know. Caesar, did you watch Real Madrid versus Red Bull Leipzig or no?
Absolutely did.
Okay, thanks. No, I'm joking.
We're gonna spend 40 minutes breaking down one of the most boring Real Madrid games of the year.
It took them a while to score, it seemed like.
Took them a while to score. It was rough out there. This was a game where it was like the first time you really saw them having a struggle of like having that Benzema factor of like, even if the team's playing kind of whatever, like he makes things happen just through pure incredible talent. They didn't have that up top. Also, I'm gonna say it. I'm holding back out of my nationality. I'm holding back out of the pride of my people. But I'm just gonna say it on here. I don't really like watching Rodrigo play.
Really?
I don't really like Rodrigo.
Really?
I'm taking my glasses off. I can't do it, dog.
Interesting.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm trying to believe in this. I'm like,
Caesar, hold up.
No, I can't do it, dog. I don't like it. I don't
Caesar,
like it.
This fool saved Real Madrid Champions.
He's like a Brazilian Sancho. I can't do it, dog. I'm over it.
Caesar, he saved Real Madrid Champions League last year,
Okay.
and And he's had some,
Did I say he's a bad player? No.
yeah, but what do you not like
I
about
don't
him?
enjoy it. I don't enjoy watching him play. I want him to leave. I don't like it. I don't like it, dog.
Holly, you don't really
You know
watch
what
too
the
much.
problem with Rodrigo is? This is an absolute opinion that is probably totally wrong. Rodrigo, I think, watches what Vinicius does, and then when he gets in moments to make things happen offensively for Real Madrid, and just in games, I think sometimes he does like too many of the wrong decisions. Sometimes there's a lot of opportunities going forward where he like held the ball a little bit too long, did some erratic pass, like trying to do the most. I'm like, oh, like if you just kept it simple right there, would have been fine. And if you watch sometimes when Benzema plays, yeah, he does a lot of amazing things, but up top sometimes he'll just do a real simple, clean pass, and that's all you need to like dish up a beautiful play. I think that he really tries to become a highlight sometimes. Like he wants that too. And I'm not hating on him for one. You need to have that because if you want to be some, you got to have that ambition. But I just don't really have patience for it anymore. And I'm thinking about the summer interview tour he did, where he's talking about Neymar sat him down and said, "This 10 jersey's yours. The 10 jersey's yours when I'm done." And he's over there walking around with this blonde hair, talking about, oh, you know, we're laughing at Mo Salah and all stuff. I'm like, I don't know, man. You're kind of snitching. You're giving the game up. I'm kind of done with you, dog. I don't know. Maybe he can switch his nationality and play for Egypt. I don't know what can happen, but I'm off the Rodrigo train. Everybody can cheer for him. Managing Madrid thinks he's the next Messiah. I always believed in Vinicius. I'm staying with Vinicius. They can do that. I'm done. I'm done bashing him because I'm probably gonna lose my citizenship. I'm done.
Okay, well, Holly, do you watch much La Liga or not really?
No, I haven't been.
You're EPL.
I'm an EPL stan.
Go to Man U. You can take him if you want. Take him.
mean, Caesar, I feel like you're being a little harsh on Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo's really good. I think he's like one of those like he's not for the people that try to like put him above Vinicius or to compare him with Vinicius. I think they're like it's rare for me to just say this outright, but Vinicius is a better player than Rodrigo, like 100%. And I feel like Vinicius has had like a lot more time to prove himself. But I think Rodrigo's good, dude. I feel like Real Madrid at this point, it would be bad business to let Rodrigo go for anything less than like 70 million.
Oh, no. I mean, if we're in this damn planet where Anthony's worth 200 million reals or whatever the hell it was, then yeah, Rodrigo's absolutely worth that.
Yeah.
Through and through, like not even denying that. Who's paying that though? Except for Nottingham Forest. I don't know who can afford that except for Aston Villa. I don't know who else can afford that, dog.
But I don't know. I feel like you're being a little harsh on Rodrigo. He had a really good goal last week too.
He did have a really good goal. It was a nice goal. I'm not denying that.
But it's just
He's
something
a good
personal.
player.
It's something
I'm
personal.
not denying that.
It's something personal with you and him.
Yeah, we got beef, dog. It's okay. I can address it when I go there later this year. It's fine. But like, I'm kind of done. I'm done. It's been cool. Respectfully go do your thing. EPL is signing everybody. West Ham is waiting. Come on, dog. Do your thing, dog. I just feel like I'm done. I'm done. I don't believe in Rodrigo. I don't think he can ever score more than 20 goals or 15 goals in a season ever. And I'm gonna say it here.
That's good.
That's not good. He's like Fabian Castillo of Brazil. I'm done, dog.
Okay. Would you rather have him or Asensio?
Him, absolutely.
Okay, well then, okay.
That's not since it's a low bar, dog. What is this? 2014? Like, all right.
All right. Anyway, so going back to the match, you just bashing Rodrigo.
You know what he said this summer. Yeah,
well, I didn't really care that much.
I care.
It's okay. We have unlimited time now.
Yeah, that's true. That too. That's Holly's way of saying like, can you hurry up?
I only got the LA producer hat on, so I gotta stop. You're right.
Yeah. Okay, but tell us about the match though. I know Real Madrid scored late.
I want to show big respect to the only Uruguayan I enjoy watch playing, Fede Valverde. The goal he scored is sensational. Like
two left-footed goals in a row for him.
We love to see that. That's true development. this goal was extra nice compared to the last one because it's what you train to have 2 feet for. Is he brought it to his right foot, faked it, but used that fake to chip it over to his left, and then clean little curve around the goalie on the left foot. Just beautiful goal, very calm. I know sometimes he likes to crank that ball 100 miles an hour, but that one was just beautiful control and touch. A big testament to the work he's been putting in. They needed that right there. I thought that later in the game, I saw some really good sub work that Real Madrid did. And, Valverde made a big difference right there too. And big shout out to him, especially late in the game. It's hard to have that kind of energy to make that kind of stuff happen. Good on him. Real Madrid needed that. Vinicius and Rodrigo couldn't really get it cracking up top. They were trying, but it just didn't go in. It was a great goal by Fede. I think that it was pretty even amount of shots taken, but Real Madrid looked very fourth gear at times, and just trying to set it up. And I think their goal was to try to bait Leipzig into coming out more to take the ball, but for some reason, Leipzig was also kind of really content on just kind of chilling there too. It was a weird, it was just a weird exchange where they were like, we're down to sit back here. And then Real Madrid's like, well, we're down to just keep passing and moving around. And they were having a hard time and on the counterattacks, they just didn't work out. Like there was a couple opportunities Rodrigo and Vinicius were going flying down on counterattacks, but it just didn't work out because Rodrigo's a great player. And in the end, though, Fede got the game-winning goal. Big result for Real Madrid. I wonder how long we can kind of keep this going. There's Real Madrid has a big match coming up this week with Atletico Madrid. We'll kind of see what happens. I don't really know the diagnosis. Do you know the diagnosis on Benzema? I don't really know what the deal is.
He's not going to be back yet. I think he's got a couple more weeks.
Yeah, so hopefully they can get something going. But your Bam's favorite Real Madrid player did make an appearance today. Big Mariano came on the field today.
Hair is crazy.
Hair's been chilling in Bronx for a while now. So yeah. Big Mariano came on today.
Asensio scored, nice goal from outside the box. And you already know that Real Madrid was not going to lose because Nacho started and played the entire match. Not going to happen.
He did a lot of really good plays.
Of course.
Famously Nacho, who hawked Boomerang.
Yeah, back when they said Aubameyang was like the fastest player ever, Nacho ran him down in Champions League like it was nothing. Okay, Holly, did you watch any other matches? You watched City versus BVB?
Yes, City versus Dortmund.
Okay, I'm going to talk about Juve versus Benfica real fast, and then we'll get into your match, and that'll end this segment. I did watch Juve versus Benfica. Why? Because I want to see Juve lose. That's it. I called that they're not going to make it out the group. And you know what? I'm looking right so far. Although I did say that it was going to be 3-0, I was off. Juve did score first early. Milik had a nice little header on a set piece. But Benfica scored 2 times after that and won the match 2-1. But it could have easily been like 3-1. They had so many easy chances that they just didn't score at the end, Benfica. Juve's goalie was just saving everything at the end, but there was like times where Juve's just like walking, and Benfica has shots that are just like so easy, and Juve's goalie saving them. Juve looked so bad, terrible. Di Maria came on late and was kind of doing a little bit better. But they did also, like, you already knew that Juve's going to lose because they did start Milik and Vlahovic again, 2 big, tall, left-footed center forwards.
Why are we doing this?
That's just the worst idea ever. You're not going to start 2 center forwards. Like, I'm sorry. The game today, you can't start 2 center forwards.
Especially not 2 like header base
these are
in the box
number 9.
It doesn't. I wouldn't want to even play myself like next to another big striker. That's weird. Like it's just not lending yourself to space, and like you need to have offsetting abilities to be able to create what the other one can't create. So it's
in 2022, that's not the game anymore. Like you cannot do it. Like even if you have Lewandowski and one of these guys, it's just not gonna work. No. So you're starting 2 dudes that are like not. I mean, whatever, they think that Vlahovic is the next best thing. I'm not really seeing it like that. But maybe if he got on a team like Bayern, he'd be good. But
He'd be
for
really
Juve,
good
it's
on
just
that.
not gonna work.
No.
You're starting him with Milik, it's just not gonna work, dude. Like, no way. Although Milik did score and it was a good goal on a set piece, like, teams know how to defend set pieces. It's not that serious. You got Otamendi's gonna tackle you before he lets you score too many goals. Um, Benfica didn't even look that great, but really they looked better than Juve. Uh, Weston McConan, his first season with Juve, he was killing it, but I feel like he's just gotten settled there, and he probably looking around like, really nobody's really that much better than me, so I don't really got to do much work. Um, he's got that blonde streak in his hair. It's like, dog, you're not African, dude. Like, what are you doing? That's what Africans do, homie. Like, you're literally from like the suburbs of Fort Worth or something like that. Like, what are you doing, big guy?
I think it's is he from Fort Worth?
I don't know, but he's not from damn Senegal. Like, what are you doing with that blonde streak? I'll never forgive him because he said he doesn't watch soccer. I'm like, damn dog, like you aren't trying to be better.
But to be fair, I think he's played all right at Juve.
No, his first season was really good.
First season he played really good. Respect, and I don't ever really care about that, but he played really good this first season.
Yeah, but honestly, like he's athletic, so he should play well in Serie A. You're playing around dudes who are bums. Rabiot's a bum.
To be fair, I think that if he was kind of like passionate about like watching the game and learning and adapting and tapes, I think he'd actually become a really good player.
Oh, he has
like all the skills to do it.
He has everything to be a really he could be dominating in Serie A, to be honest with you, with his athleticism and like the skill set that he has, which he learned in Germany. He could be dominating, but he seems lazy.
Yeah, he's a great like true center mid, like your true center mid.
Absolutely. But Juve trash, and they're just not getting any better.
Did João Mario score?
He got a penalty, and it was a really good penalty.
Big João?
Oh, actually, you know what?
I love João Mario.
I'm sorry, Holly. You know what? I was trying to be like Caesar. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch some post game. I'm gonna listen to these fools talk. I'm gonna stop being so arrogant about my soccer knowledge. I'm gonna let these guys talk at Paramount Plus Studio or whatever. You got this bumbling fool, Micah Richards, just laughs at everything so loud. I hate him. I do think he bought that hairline too, but whatever. Then they're showing Juve Benfica highlights. The penalty that Benfica won, like it was one of those penalties that's like you don't see every day. Somebody, I think it was either João Mario, somebody like dribbled it to like the goal line, and it looked like it was gonna go out, but it didn't. And then somebody from Benfica was able to come and like pick it up. Like it's really close to like the goal line. Whoever it was from Juve literally stepped on the dude's ankle/foot. It's a penalty. Like it's a 100% penalty. It's just you don't see that penalty every day, but it's a penalty. I saw it live action. Then when they saw the replays, yeah, he stepped on his whole ankle/foot in the box. It's a penalty. Jamie Carragher is like, oh, it's soft. Then they show the replay. Oh, it's kind of soft. I don't know. I'm just like, you know what, dude? Like, I can't. Like, this is why I don't watch these people. They're ridiculous, especially all these English people who just want to see somebody shot with a shotgun before they say it's a penalty. You want to see somebody get decapitated in the box, and they had to be going for the ball to say, okay, yeah, that's a penalty. Sure, take it. And I think Caesar's looking at it right now. Are you looking at it right now?
Yeah.
Did you see it yet?
No.
Okay, well, keep on going because this is a penalty every day of the week, and you're not going to say that's soft. I'm sorry. You're a bad pundit. You're bad, and they need to be out of there. They need to have me, Holly, and Caesar up on that stage. And I don't want to see Holly being a little host wearing the nice outfit. You're going to be the pundit with us, and we'll keep Kate Abdo there. We'll keep her there, and we're going to be punditing or whatever because these people are terrible. I went off. I'm sorry. Okay.
Is it the last goal Benfica scored or first goal?
The first goal they scored. Yeah. Are we gonna wait for Caesar to see that penalty? Let's wait for Caesar, since we got time.
Today we got time.
Yeah, today we do have time, cuz
I'm checking this out too.
there was also something else. You know what? While y'all are looking at that, let me talk about this other thing that I've seen on there.
No, this is a penalty. You can't do that. It doesn't matter what direction you're going. It doesn't matter. You commit a foul on somebody in the box as a penalty, and all you did was connect on straight ankle, homie.
Ankle/foot.
The same thing happened with the Real Madrid game. There was, I thought, a penalty. Modric received the pass, tested it down, and the defender went and ran into his back and got nothing at all but back. And they're like, "Oh, I don't know if that's a penalty." And then they're like, "Oh, well, it's definitely fringe." I'm like, "There's no fringe. If I'm trying to control a pass in the box, I get hit in the back. My friend, this is a penalty." My friend, you didn't touch no ball.
How did you see it yet?
Yeah, I just saw it.
Penalty,
That's a
dog, can't do that.
penalty.
It's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
It's
But
just
it's okay. We got their CBS and Paramount are all part of like the brand new, like, we're rolling out new technology. The ball is gonna have microchips and faster response times for this. I'm like, yeah, you still got VAR. There's 15 dudes in that room, and none of them can see. And then whenever they say it's a penalty, the commentators hate it. Then it was vice versa. The commentators don't. It's still all dumb. And if these are the experts at Paramount Plus, like, what are we doing here, dog?
There's just a narrative that, like, the narrative is like, oh, the game is soft now, and I'm over that. It's like, I don't want to hear English dudes that played in the early 90s. All they want to say is that the game is soft now. Like,
It's true.
I'm over it.
One little thing to say. One little thing. I'm done. I swear to God.
Yeah, after this, we're done, because I do want to go off again, but I'm not going to be like
Okay.
that. Holly's a new
No.
member of We Made It Podcast, and she's going to talk about City versus BVB after season.
Yes. You know, you talk about Michael Richards. You know what's really annoying? You ever notice when foreign players go to Premier League, like, the thing they say is like,
Uh-oh.
oh, it's annoying that the player hasn't learned English yet. He hasn't adapted English yet. They say that a lot. They'll say like, oh, it's hard because he hasn't learned English yet. I'll never forget when they were talking about Torino and Champions League or whatever. They talked about Michael Richards and they're like, oh, look at this Italian on the screen, translate it for us. And he started laughing with his like huge like laugh with his mouth all big. And then Henri was like, don't you know Italy? You live there. He's like, I didn't learn anything. I'm like, huh? What happened, dog?
I wonder if Ho Hart learned any Italian while he
I
was
don't care what Ho-Hart learned. I don't care what Ho-Hart learned. I hope he learned how he got chipped by Falcao. That's all I know.
Ooh, that was gorgeous. Okay, there is something else I would love to talk to, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm not going to do it right now, though. But it is some more hate for CBS. But I do want to hear about City versus BVB because it did look like a good match.
Honestly, it was a good match. I always like watching Dortmund in Champions League. I always think they're a pretty fun team to watch. And they held their own against City for, like, I would say majority of the game until that very end. They, like I said earlier, they kind of like they did a good job of holding down the fort with Holland. And then, but Holland's like one chance was a beautiful goal. I don't know if you guys saw it yet.
I
It was
did
like a
see
karate
it.
kick.
I don't want to call it beautiful, though. But I did
Why?
Bam is also a not liker of Holland.
No. To me, it's just kind of like he just like threw his whole body up in the air. I'm like, that's kind of ugly for me. But that's me.
I mean, when you go, like, that was like stud on ball contact. That could go anywhere, like, you know, but it went right in goal. But anyway, like, he reminds me, he's so like that goal was so like Zlatan-esque.
For sure.
That's the only person I can really compare him to be honest. I think he's very much like Zlatan, probably going to be better, but very similar in that way. And BVB's goal was very nice too, off a corner. Royce was like just sitting on the top of the box, got the clearance. It was just like a quick cross back into the middle, and then Jude Bellingham just one touch redirected it in the goal. That was nice. And then John Stones tiebreaker, Rocket. Like, well, what BBB did really well was they forced City to play out wide, and they weren't getting any chances off. So when that kind of happens, you do have to take your long ball shots, and John Stones he scored a rocket, and then after that BBB was just kind of crumbling. So the second goal was a bit inevitable, and the fact that it came from Holland was no surprise as well.
It seemed like on that goal, Joao Cancelo had so much time on the ball, like to put that cross in. Like I don't even saw the highlight. I don't know. I'm not a big Jude, aka Jog Bellingham fan, but it just seemed defensively they kind of like fell asleep on that play, and not even for Holland, because Holland is amazing. He's going to do stuff in that box, but it just seemed like nobody was around for that cross in there.
Yeah, no, it was always going to go to him, and like I guess he did just throw his body at it, but
I mean, I'm a hater. The goals that I like are like, like
tap-ins, like what?
He likes boomer goals.
yeah, I like headers that are like clean. I like some good football like connected to the goal. But
So was Jude Bellingham his goal not nice?
I didn't see his goal, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. But him as a player, I'm kind of like, I got my eye on him. I don't want to say it yet, but I got my eye on him. But he does look like Jog Bellingham right now.
I think that's a great play on words. It's funny, but I think Jude is a very good player. He has like a lot of talent. I don't know what
he does have talent. He does have talent.
A lot of talent. I don't think all like what Bam's doing. I think
you're dogging Rodrigo.
Bam has like PTSD from watching Dele Alli play, and I think he's just hesitant to like an English midfielder. But Jude Bellingham is quite literally nothing like him at all.
I disagree with that. Actually, I think they're very similar.
I know you. They're just there's reasons why you think they're similar, and I'm not gonna say it. But anyway,
because they're black.
Whoa, dog! What are you doing?
Why do I think they're similar?
Anyway, so
okay, Holly, did you see Jude Bellingham? Like, did you notice him today or not really? Other than the goal,
not really.
He didn't stand out.
No, we didn't stand out.
Did he slide tackle unneeded? No, I'm joking.
Oh my God. Did he flick off the crowd and spit? No.
I don't feel like he's a spoiled brat, dude. I'm not gonna forgive him for talking.
Dog, this is a lot of something. Do you think his brother's better or what?
I don't know who his brother is, but there was a match. I want to say it was last season where he was like saying stuff about the refs and was like implying that the refs were like cheating. And I'm like, dude, you can't do that. Like he was like, I can't really remember exactly what he was saying, but we talked about it on the show. But he was like implying that it was like they were being bought off or something like that. And I'm like, I don't want to see you after the match in a jacket with snot coming out your nose, talking about, oh, they're cheating us. Like, dude, like really? Like you're a professional athlete. You're not some kid on the street playing. You know what I mean? I don't know, dog. These English dudes would be spoiled, though.
Jesus Christ.
Don't they?
I don't think you're absolutely wrong. I think that there's been examples of this also when some of these English players have played in other countries as well, too. There's that discussion about, the kind of work that they're putting in, like how they feel about not getting the similar opportunities as that. So
Rashford's not spoiled, though. He's not spoiled.
No, he's not. Rashford is a humanitarian on the low, though. I don't know about his best friend, though. No, like I wish I think I'm gonna watch this game later. I was actually really intrigued. I want to watch. I like watching BBB as well too. I haven't really got a chance, so I think I'm gonna check it out later. But
if you do, keep your eye on Jog Bellingham.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna do a Bellingham tracker. I'm gonna get my pen and paper out, and I'm gonna do some ticks on good and bad plays. And I'm also gonna write if I ever feel like, or at the times I feel like I haven't seen him in a minute. I'm right. Where is he? Where'd you go, dog?
Ali, I don't know if you know that we would do that. It started out with when Kondobia went to Valencia. I was like, I want to see like how good he is. So I'm gonna like track him basically. Like I'm watching him in the game. And good plays put a plus, bad plays put a negative in the first and second half, basically.
I did the best one ever though.
Who's that? Who was that?
I did
Bakayoko
it for
tracker.
Bakayoko on Milan.
Milan.
And I don't think I've ever put so many minuses in my life. It looked like all of my grade sheets as a youth, like minus. I was like, God damn, dog, can you pass a ball? Jesus.
But it also led to touch tracker. And I remember doing that for Gareth Bale because he would just like never get the ball. And also ball loss tracker, which I would do I did that for Ousmane Dembele and I did it for Neymar before.
Bam came on the show and said he's a certified ball loser.
Yeah. But it actually is, especially for midfielders, it's a good way to like gauge their abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I was doing it for Kondogbia like basically every match, and I was realizing how good he was playing, and then also realizing how nobody in the media would talk about him. But let's get back to Champions League. Also, Milan did beat Dinamo Zagreb 3-1. I did watch a little bit of that. Holly, how about this? Do you agree that it should be an assist if you win a penalty and the penalty is scored? Should that player get an assist for that?
No.
Damn.
I don't agree with that. Sorry.
Okay. That's because you're a goal scorer. You don't care about assists. You score goals.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I want someone to foul the penalty taker, and then the goalie comes and takes a penalty kick for it, and then they're like, "Yeah, let's give the assist to the guy from earlier too. Let's just do that."
I don't get it, but okay.
There's like a line of involvement that's gone. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, there is, but you won the penalty.
Yeah, but the penalty doesn't guarantee a goal.
You're right.
I also think that the person who won the penalty should take the goal.
Yeah,
Like,
make
take the
them
penalty?
take it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sorry, should take the penalty. Like, don't be giving it off to someone who, what, because they want their hat trick? No.
But
Like,
what if,
that should be a rule, though, especially if it's like,
That'd be kind of cool.
okay, but what if you're
like
what if you're kind of hurt from taking that, like getting fouled?
How many legs you got?
yeah.
Okay, this is what I think.
I pass this to the captain.
I think that if you take the penalty, I don't think you should, like, let's say the goalie saves it. I don't think that the penalty taker should be able to touch the ball first.
That'd be kind of cool. I think that would make it. I have no care about goalie rights at all. Like, take away, if they could make goalies not use their hands, I'm so down. Like, I don't care about a goalie. They've only been an obstacle in my life, and I'm fine with it. But I think in a very fair, the biggest disadvantageous position for a goalie is the penalty situation. So I think that, like the classic Real Madrid one where like he bounced it off the goalie, then passed it and shot it to the guy, like that's not fair, dog. The if you're not allowed to run onto the field until the shot is taken, then that means that the shooter shouldn't be able to touch it unless someone else touches it first. Like,
that's how
I think that'd be a little bit more fair because you're already ahead of everybody. You're right there. Like, that's not fair, dog. You're like in my grill already.
And also the goalie had to like fly over here to save it.
Yeah,
like,
that's my last stance ever defending the goalie. I retire forever.
Okay, Holly, how you feel about that?
No, I agree. I also think it should always be like a forward motion. Like, you have to kick it.
Oh, like no side.
Yeah, none of that. Like you can't side
like
pass it.
okay,
like in football, how it like
a lateral.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it should, like, that just seems.
Sergio Ramos did that, right? He did like that pass or whatever.
I remember Messi did that. He like passed it over to Luis Suarez and
was it because Luis Suarez was like on a hat trick or something?
I can't remember, but Messi was like missing a lot of penalties back then, so I feel like that's why he did it. No, I agree with that, but also I feel like this past weekend I saw we're so off topic, but this past weekend I saw 2 times the goalie. It just pains me to say it. I hate when a goalie touches the ball with their feet, then pick it up. I hate that so much. But I saw this past weekend the goalie bring the ball in from outside of the box with his feet and then pick it up. I'm like, that's just like, you have to stop that. Like, if the ball touches your foot, you cannot pick it up anymore.
Dog, you already got hands. Are you not happy? Or you got hands already? What's up, dude? You got to use your feet Oh my God. God forbid you got to use your foot to pass it. That's crazy.
Oh God, terrible. Okay, Champions League, great. I'm very happy that we're getting Champions League every week, but I feel very bad for the players, and I feel bad for the environment. That's a lot of flying.
They're going to go every week until World Cup, right?
Yes, terrible.
Christ.
Um,
Hey, at least England got 2 weeks off, right? They're chilling over there in Premier League players.
no, they're going to play this weekend.
But they got last weekend off, though.
Yeah, they got last weekend off. Yeah.
Hey.
Well, there's a few games that have been postponed this weekend too.
Oh,
because of
really?
lack of security.
Who?
Well, I know United's not playing. They're supposed to play Crystal Palace, I think,
Mm,
or maybe that was last week. But they're
Are they going to like redo them for May or whatever? Is what they're going to do? Make them like 450 games in May like they always do?
probably, yeah.
Oh my God.
All those postponed matches always.
You know Premier
always
League is
make-
going to get absolutely buck wild at the end of the year. It's going to be just the most insane stuff happening now.
Yeah.
Wow, what a year.
Okay, guys, I don't know if y'all saw this before the show notes, but apparently there's going to be a World Cup bid for 2030 with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Let's look at Caesar didn't even look at the show notes. Wow.
I'm doing dramatic reactions. for
no,
the show.
no, you're not.
Oh, I'm a good actor. Oh, KSA, what?
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia,
Ugh.
Egypt, and Greece.
What? Can we get rid of the trifecta joint? I'm sick of it, dude. I don't want to fly I don't want to leave Greece to go to Saudi Arabia and vice versa. What's going on here? I feel like if the teams are gonna be I'm gonna have my eyeballs on who they place to play in Saudi Arabia only. I'm like, what's going on here, dog?
What does that mean? What is that? I don't get that. What does
The
that
weather difference between Saudi Arabia and Greece is nuts.
mean? Maybe they'll do something. I don't know.
Okay, all right, defend it. Go ahead.
No, I'm not defending it. I'm not defending it. Holly, what do you think?
What's up with this trifecta? I think maybe it's just they can't afford it. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how Greece could even afford a bid. They got a lot to pay off that they're refusing to pay off right now.
Greece is struggling.
Yeah, Greece can afford a World Cup since when?
Well, probably not by themselves.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia said we'll front you the loan. By the way,
Holly, what do you think? Apparently, I know like the other bid that's pretty serious is Portugal and Spain.
Ooh,
And this is the other one. And UEFA is backing Portugal, Spain, although they do have a UEFA team. They do have a UEFA team in Greece in this other bid. How do you feel about this?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Three
you
countries.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's gonna be similar to 2026. With
we haven't
Canada,
seen work
USA,
yet.
Mexico. Sorry.
Which we haven't seen work yet. I'm
Yeah,
very
what-
curious how that's going to work logistically.
It always boggles my mind how they're like, I know you have to plan ahead for this stuff, but they're talking about 2030 and 2026 isn't even set in stone yet, and this year hasn't even happened yet. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I think Spain and Portugal would be cool. I also know I was reading that like Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, and Paraguay are also kind of favored in a bid. I think it would be cool if Uruguay kind of got that, because 2030 it'll be like a century of the inaugural World Cup that was in Uruguay. So I think that would be pretty cool to circle it back there.
You got lucky in that one.
Stupid. Okay, why don't you guys guess the flight time from Riyadh, capital of Saudi Arabia, to Athens?
Bruh. 9 hours.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 13.
It is 4 hours.
Is it really?
Oh wow.
I was shocked.
It's like basically it's
That's
like,
like-
it's like going to Seattle.
It's like going to Seattle for us.
What the
Yeah.
I literally that's not true. The world's flat. That's not true.
Like literally San Diego to like the top of California is like a 4-hour flight. Like,
Well, you know what though? I'm dumb brain right now, but the only thing that really the big middle point is just the Mediterranean Sea, right? Is that like
well, no,
what kinda-
okay, so Egypt, I knew Egypt and Athens are not that far from each other because like Cairo is right
and
there.
isn't Greece close to Turkey?
Yeah, it's right next to it.
So
But
yeah,
I
okay.
was thinking like, okay, Riyadh is like in the middle of Saudi Arabia, so I was thinking
Mm.
like, okay, it's got to be at least be like 7 hours, but it's literally 4 hours. I was tripping.
Okay, they're
So
fine.
yeah. So well, so
But what about if you have your game in California, at LA Stadium here, and then you got to play your other World Cup game in Toronto? What's up with
so
that flight?
so that's what I'm saying. Like when I was whatever episode we talked about the USA Mexico Canada World Cup, I'm like logistically like that's insane. You have the longest distance ever in a World Cup. Even Brazil's crazy. Like Manaus to Sao Paulo is crazy.
It's a
But
long ass
like
flight, dog.
Monterrey to Montreal is like what? Like, and I don't know how they're gonna figure that out,
Yeah.
but you have three really big countries in Mexico, United States, and Canada. Canada is the second biggest country in the world. I mean, half of it nobody lives there, but I mean, because it's way up there. But like, I just feel like that's like that. In my opinion, that World Cup is worse than Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Greece. I think that's better than USA, Mexico, Canada.
I love the concept of the World Cup. I think it's sick. Since I was a kid, I was just enamored by learning that these different countries. It was like fun for me. It was a fun Google search every time a World Cup's in a new country. I like the partnership of two neighboring countries. That was always fine for me. Like Korea, Japan was like a really cool one, right? Like you gotta like they did a good job, and like the flight times weren't bad. It was like right there, and it was like in a whole different part of the world that a lot of Western countries have no access to. So it's kind of cool to see that set up, and also it allowed them to both host their countries in the World Cup as well that typically wouldn't make the World Cup. So you had Japan and Korea in there too, and also China made it. It was really cool. So that was like a good integration. But like when it comes to three, and I would say once again, it's fine if you're in a region like Europe where like a lot of the three countries are not a big distance in between. But you can't do that in this part of the world. Like what like Canada and Mexico, the distance, if you're just to transfer that over to like Europe, that's like that would be a World Cup they wouldn't host. They wouldn't host
Yeah.
the World Cup with that kind of distance time in between
Well,
Monterrey and stuff.
there isn't. That doesn't even exist in Europe. Like,
Exactly. So it doesn't work if you have massive countries like over here. Like, but if you have a smaller area, I get it. I think that what they need to move towards in the future is maybe like a rebranding approach, and maybe not have like all these names. It's weird to be like, hey, World Cup 2030, where it's Greece, Saudi Arabia, and this. Like, maybe they could come up with like something cool, like I know it sounds dumb, but like for example, like when I was a kid, like the I remember like would watch wrestling. I like when they had the cool taglines for the event. So they come up with like a motto or something like that to represent like what this World Cup, like I don't know, like the
well,
battle for the I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like just
well,
something cool to make it memorable. I think it'd be better than just the three names of the countries.
well, it's three federations. It's CAF,
Oh, that's true.
AFC,
Yeah, they're
and
all in different
UEFA.
federations too.
Yeah. So I think that's cool.
Yeah.
But you're also talking about, are you going to have to do another fall World Cup, because they're doing Qatar in the fall because it's too hot. Saudi Arabia is hot as hell too. Egypt and Greece in the summer are hot as hell too. So
Yeah.
like, are you going to have
One
to
has
do?
one has water, one doesn't. So it's kind of weird right now.
Well, who doesn't have water?
Saudi Arabia.
I mean, that's a little racist, but they treat their water.
I wish you made me feel bad about saying that about Saudi Arabia. Make me
Okay,
feel
I'll work on it.
make me feel bad about Saudi Arabia, please.
Okay, Holly, what do you think is a better bid or like a better World Cup? Canada, USA, Mexico, or Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Greece?
You really got to think about it, don't you? There's a lot of names going on there. Dog.
I mean, in a sense, I would say the Canada, Mexico, USA one, just access wise. But I mean, I know we'll be covering it anyway with Paramount, like
Looks like we're going to
regardless. So
Saudi
like,
Arabia.
yeah, yeah. First Australia and New Zealand, and then Saudi Arabia. But I think logistically, it's got to be Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Greece.
Yeah, it's just they're
It's
closer.
just- yeah, it just makes more sense. The traveling, that's ridiculous. That's going to be ridiculous on anybody.
Yeah.
So, and like, do they prolong time periods of games or the whole tournament as a whole, and that like for
don't.
that? Like, Yeah, like it's pretty selfish of UEFA if you ask me, or like FIFA. I mean,
Also, you got to consider alcohol is banned in Saudi Arabia, but Qatar is going to allow for alcohol to be sold. Now they said that they're going to do it.
Only on stadium grounds.
You think Saudi Arabia is going to do it? I think they will. If they get it. I don't think they're going to get this bid. Like I highly doubt it.
2030, a new progressive Saudi Arabia. We love to see it.
But it'll be interesting. You never know because Saudi Arabia is splashing that money. Portugal and Spain don't really got it like that. If Saudi Arabia is able to say, okay, I mean, to be honest with you, the Greece part is kind of weird and funny, but I don't really know their relations with the Muslim world like that. I know they got beef with Turkey, but whatever.
Yeah. They took an L.
But if Saudi Arabia is gonna say like, hey, like we're gonna like renovate these stadiums in Egypt, in Cairo and Alexandria, we're gonna renovate these stadiums in Greece, and we're gonna like make some ice statue so it don't be 1,000,000 degrees. You never know, dude.
Yeah, it's just really funny to like. I just think that's such a weird combo. That's the collaboration we would have never thought happened. Greece,
True.
Egypt, and Saudi Arabia. What I don't even imagine in diplomatic ways how they would link up and be buddies. But this in soccer, huh? I don't even know when the hell have those teams even played each other.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it real though. Like culturally, they're basically all Arab. Okay,
well, especially Greece, but especially Greece got absolutely rocked. That's why they're not part of it for real. But they would be if history was a little bit different.
Okay, now here, Holly, here's the question, and Caesar, you too. Which one would you rather attend? Like, which one do you think would be more cool to go to?
Can we rank them?
No, I'm saying Portugal, Spain, or Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Greece. Like, which one do you feel like you would be like? It'd be more cool to go to the three of us and our security team or whatever.
The details.
I'd say Spain, Portugal.
Okay.
Honestly, I'd be a little skeptical as a woman going.
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry. If
Okay.
we're with you, you'll be fine. By yourself, you got to worry.
Okay, I guess that aside, I would still say Portugal and Spain.
Okay. Caesar, what about you?
Bam told me about animals in Saudi Arabia, so I don't really know if I want to go down there.
What animals? What
Tell me about how cats are down there. I'm good, dog.
Caesar, okay, first of all, Caesar, you've seen some crazy stray cats in Brazil. I know you have.
I've seen crazy stray humans in Brazil. But listen, doesn't mean I want to go there. No, I'm playing. I'm gonna be real. I kind of want to go to like, I know if we went to Portugal, Spain, it would just be pretty like a high chance of it just being smooth and a good time, right? We're chilling. I speak Portuguese, Spanish. We're all having a good time. A lot of those people speak English there in Portugal. It'll be a good time. We're vibing. Greece, I kind of want to go for just to say I did that. Like the Greece, I don't really want to go to Egypt. The Greece, Saudi Arabia one, Egypt is like going to like so I can watch the video back and just keep being like, God damn, that was a struggle. Oh God. But you only live once, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Like just for like to say I did it, yeah. Like just like when everybody was not trying to do the Russia World Cup, I was like, oh, that sounds kind of sick. I'm kind of down to go to Sochi. Let's go, dog. So I don't know. That's how I feel. But I know like Spain and Portugal would just be like, it's like when I went, it's like pulling up to like the Brazil World Cup where I'm just like, I know I'm about to have a good time in here. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? Where it's guaranteed a good time. For research purposes, Greece, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia kind of like hits me a little bit at that point.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, like I feel like
not Egypt though.
I feel like where would I want to go? Like alone, Spain and Portugal, it's easy.
Yeah.
But like with the group, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Greece, like that's kind of a little bit more lit. Like just a little bit more. And like, you know, in those parts of the world, you can like kind of you can kind of like have a little bit more fun, kind of. Like you know,
ratchet. That's why.
Yeah, it's ratchet as hell.
Fucking ratchet as hell.
But yeah, no, I did see baboons in Saudi Arabia. That was
I'd probably be able to if I go to Spain, Portugal, I'd be all dressed seriously. If I go to the other games, I can go in flip flops. No one give a damn what I'm doing down there. I'm working. I just got to bring my phone and take notes on there. I got to do whatever I want. I go to games in a tank top.
You better. Okay, guys, to wrap this episode up, I do want to see. We were talking about the USA World Cup, but we do have a World Cup coming up in a month and change. Let's talk about Caesar's favorite national team, the United States men's national team, with his favorite player because of his politics, Christian Pulisic. No, I'm sure. What do you think of the U.S. men's national team's chances this World Cup? They are in Group B with England, the Islamic Republic of Iran, and Wales. Honestly, they're only in one. There's only 2 countries in this group, actually. It's just kind of whack, actually.
Whoa.
Because England and Wales aren't countries.
Not their fault, by the way.
Whatever. But what do you guys think?
I don't know. I'm a little skeptical about the US. Their qualifying was a bit rocky. And they're such a young team. Like, I think I saw, I mean, I know they came out with their roster for some matches they have coming up in September. And like their average squad is like 24 years old.
Wow.
Average age, sorry, for the squad is like 24 years old ish. And like, I don't know, that's pretty young. And I don't see Pulisic as like a good captain.
Is he the captain?
Yeah.
That's why they call him Captain
America.
Oh, I just thought they just called him that.
So seeing him wear the armband is a bit weird.
That's really
he's another one I feel like doesn't watch soccer.
That's a great point, actually.
I feel like that's a very like a North American thing. Like they don't watch soccer in their free time. They don't actually care about it.
See,
too much ego.
This is Holly being part of We Made It podcast right now. That's it right there.
It's gonna come, trust me. It might take. I have some takes.
Yeah, let that inner thing come out, you know.
Okay.
Especially against American players.
There'll never be a problem there. Years ago, we did literally an episode, I believe, about Pulisic. It was when America didn't qualify for the 2018 World Cup, right?
Letter to Pulisic.
Letter to Pulisic. And can you sit here, Bam and Holly, and tell me, since 2018 when they didn't qualify, and I believe that was the summer he transferred to Chelsea, right? Or was it a year after?
Probably.
Has there been any kind of or some type of improvement in Pulisic's game?
Oh, I haven't seen. He's not the standout player like he was at Dortmund. Like he's not as eye catching as he was there, and like I guess that's what happens sometimes. I just think it's like, is it a mentality thing? Like you get that big move and you're like, okay, I'm gonna slack a bit, like how you say with Weston McKonen, you know, like is it one of those things? But
I honestly feel like maybe him being in Germany was like nicer to him, but England don't have no love for an American player. And the media is harsh. And, you know, it's just a different culture. And I feel like, you know, I've seen him play well for Chelsea, but there's got to be something there where, like, there's got to be a reason why the managers don't trust him. Like, there's got to be a reason. Like last season, or maybe the season before that, I was like, he's basically the same as Mason Mount. But Mason Mount has solidified himself as a starter, and he also looks better than him. I don't feel like there's any reason why Pulisic shouldn't be better than him. It seems like to me it is a mentality thing.
I don't even think he's that much better than Hudson-Odoi, to be honest with you.
Oh, definitely not. No,
like Pulisic, I said on that show, I think has an immense amount of talent. Like he has things to make it happen. But I think the areas that he was lacking, there's other players I've looked at around the world and been like, yo, they need to address this part, and they work towards it and they put results. Bam on the show came in here, was talking about Vinicius having the paper foot, whatever, right? Last year, last year scored with 27 goals. Like that's huge. No.
No, Caesar. I'm not gonna let you do this to me.
You said he had no foot. That's
Caesar,
27 goals.
Caesar.
So, anyways, I'm still talking. You gotta respect the rules of the show, sir.
Caesar, no. I said he doesn't have a powerful shot, and he's to this day scored one goal outside the box. But he's a good finisher.
Yes. Okay.
No. See, look at this. You think somebody's on your team, but he's trying to paint a narrative.
When you talk about him, I turn conservative, and I think you're fake news media, and I hate it. So this is my truth. I'm talking about my truth.
Gotcha.
Nah, but Pulisic, I think that I think what Holly said is a great point. It's like kind of resonating with me. I don't think he's a big student of the game. I think that some of the best players in the world are always constantly trying to work on something, whether they're trying to become better right now or in the future when their athleticism diminishes, they work on other aspects of the game to become better. How is that possible when you're a young star in like Germany, then you play for a young national team that is that is giving you the world. They give you the keys to the building. And the first time that actually happened, you lost was it in Haiti? No, in Dominican, the big game they lost.
Trinidad.
They lost in Trinidad to get into the World Cup. With and then that came out later that year, all the billions that were spent into USSF, all this stuff going on. It was bad. The 4-year redemption story, the comeback. Oh, we got the youth now. They did all the media campaign. He's always had a lot of like real hype media pushing him to a stardom. In America, oh, he's the next kid. We'd watch Champions League matches. They're gushing over him. And then I pull up the Wikipedia on here. I'm like, bam, he scored 3 goals in 2 years. Like, I'm like, and they were all last weekend. So it's like, great, you're doing some stuff in group stage, but it's like, where's the production? He goes to Chelsea. Now it's at 160 caps on the last 2 teams, and he has 39 goals and 160 caps or 200 caps appearances. I'm like, the production just doesn't equal the like amount of attention and amount Chelsea paid for him. I mean, how good are you really if they're trying to loan you out to Newcastle? I mean, I don't really know what the deal is here. I don't think USA has enough. The problem with USA is they're not humble. Like, they're not humble. They never truly invested in the real areas of growth in America to develop talent. They just basically reinvested on what they had previously and flipped a lot of clubs around and put the US badge on them. But they never went about and truly invested into lower income areas that didn't make soccer more accessible for people here who can afford it. It's still a higher, like it's for the middle class and higher class Americans to be able to afford to play the sport. And that's not where the talent comes from in this country. You're depreciating a large majority of this country by just getting that one little pool of people. I don't think they're going to be that good. I don't think they're going to get the result. I think that I can see Iran beating them easily. I can see Wales getting it cracking because for some reason he just likes to put a goal in there for some strange reason. And he's already scoring on Americans every single week now, apparently in MLS. So it's like, he's like, this is another MLS match with a bunch of teenagers. But I will say this, that call up they're having, they're really young, but I think Brazil's doing that too, where a couple dudes are left off. I think they're just trying to feel out fringe players also. But USA, the good team I remember they had, they would have like 2 or 3 solid veterans in Europe, like or like at least solid veterans that were former Europe players that play here, like Dempsey, like guys like that were like, they're still good no matter where they play. I don't really see that on this team. I see a lot of guys that are like, oh, they were supposed to be good, or we love him, but I'm like, I just don't see it. I don't see that.
Jordan Morris.
You mean the guy that played collegiate soccer? That dog. It's just that man skipped playing at what was it, a Hamburg or whatever, to play at Stanford of the year. My friend, it's not going to work out, big dog.
Okay, I'll say this: when I looked at the groups for the World Cup, I do think Group B is the easiest group. Because honestly, I'm not convinced by England, really. Iran is one of the better teams in the AFC, but, who knows? They do got Taremi or whatever, the guy from Porto who scores a lot.
Baller.
Yeah, baller. And then Wales is like Wales got in because Ukraine's at war.
They got your favorite player, though.
Who?
Joe Allen.
Allen?
Oh, Allen.
but like Wales scraped in because Ukraine has a war right now. They were probably supposed to let Ukraine win and didn't get the message.
I don't know that. I don't know.
But like the group is like, I don't know. Like England,
USA doesn't step up against lower competition. USA only steps up against competition supposed to be hard for them. Like when they play Italy's and stuff, like they kind of get it cracking a little bit. But when they're supposed to beat people, they don't beat the people they're supposed to. Look at their whole run through this just to get into this qualifiers. They lost a ton of qualifiers that they should have won. You're struggling to win in El Salvador. Come on, big dog. What are we doing here?
Holly, do you cheer
I
for
agree.
USA men's national team? Keep it real.
I do not. No, I do not.
Do you want them to lose?
Yes, of course.
Oh, see, you're official. You don't even have to get jumped in anymore.
You got the hood pass for that.
Yeah.
All right.
No, nothing would make me happier than to see USA not make it out of the group. And the thing that would make it even better is to see Iran beat USA, because USA did shoot down that civilian plane in 1984, and I think my dad did that.
Thanks a lot. The one thing we're gonna say is when the World Cup comes around, I like to pick teams on some political ties. It's fun.
Yeah, it's all
It's
politics.
fun. It's fun to do it. And if it's USA Iran, you know what I'm gonna go with, dog. Come on now.
Yeah, no, you got to just pick who's the worst. Like I'm cheering for Wales in this group, because you know,
Barely.
huh?
Barely.
Yeah, barely. But it's like y'all were colonized by England. You know,
They have been colonized. They have their own language that's dead. Yes.
y'all gave up. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, Ireland's still kind of doing it. Y'all gave up a long time ago. But you do got Anthony Hopkins. You know,
Careful. Holly's Welsh. Be careful, dog. Okay. Jeez.
Oh,
yeah.
you remember that?
Oh, yeah, Welsh background.
Half, yeah.
Relax.
Oh,
All right. They got a
oh.
dragon. They fuck with dragons. Back up, dog.
Maybe you're related to Ashley Williams.
Maybe.
Eh,
It's possible.
the Welsh dude, the center back,
Yeah,
the
the
black
center
guy.
back. Yeah.
You know, Wells got Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Good
Anthony
line.
Hopkins,
Joe Allen
Ho Allen,
Oh,
and
wow.
Holly.
Holly Williams,
Ashley Williams.
Ashley Williams. Both great
Ashley
names.
Williams. I think who's the guy? It's not unusual to be who's that? Tom
Oh,
Jones.
Tom Jones.
Jones. He's Welsh also.
Tom Jones has never been brought up into that lineup in history, and I'm so down, dog.
Oh no, he's Welsh.
The great Welshman, Tom Jones.
Yeah. So we're okay, but I do feel like USA can make it out of this group because I just don't see it being that good. I'm looking at England sideways. Like, if England can't get like a 3-0 on USA, like I'm looking at England sideways. Like, who's like their back line? Okay, I feel like English players this season aren't really performing very well, except for Raheem Sterling.
No, I slow up a little bit on the back line. I think you're just thinking about like a Maguire who's absolutely garbage.
No.
I think that Tomomori is a really good defender who plays.
He's not going to start. He's not going to start.
He started before for that. He started.
He's not going to start in the World Cup. He's not going to start.
I don't know that. I guess you and Southgate are dogs. I didn't know that. I didn't know y'all have a WhatsApp group together. But Tomomori is highly regarded as they like him a lot. He's a really good player, and he's also not playing in England. That's kind of huge. Shout out to him.
Yeah, he's playing in Italy though.
That's where good defenders are. I thought we forgot about this. But anyways,
years ago.
Him, they still got your favorite English defender ever, Big Stones. They got Stone Man, you know what I mean? On a good team. Stone Man's not playing that bad this year. He's not doing that bad. He's better than Maguire. The minimum line is Maguire. And if you're above that, you're gonna start, big dog.
But also, like, Trent Alexander-Arnold is not playing well this season. He could turn up for the World Cup. And he could get better. Like, there's still time.
I think in a World Cup setting, he'd play better than it would for Liverpool. It's like actual soccer going on in Liverpool. It's a little different.
Luke Shaw hasn't played all season.
It's true.
Who's the other left back? They could put Trippier. They could put Kyle Walker at left back, they could put Kyle Walker at left back.
Oh, they have that kid from Brighton too. The short one. I forgot his name. He's
Wait,
good.
is Ben Chilwell English?
I don't know, but that name is so cool.
I think he might be English. Okay, so he's decent. He's still coming off that injury a little bit.
Yeah, he is.
He's
He
not
is
playing
English.
super regularly, but
they also
I
have
don't
the
know.
other guy from Arsenal too, right? Or is that the guy?
Tierney's Irish.
No, the other one, the fullback they have.
Who?
Is it we're not Ramsdale? No, Ramsey? No.
Ramsdale? Isn't that
No,
a goalie?
that's a goalie, dog.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's just too many wells. I don't know, dog. I'm trying, man.
Who's England's midfield?
Your favorite midfielder,
Jordan Henderson.
the big man Bellingham.
Okay, Jordan Henderson, and who else? Bellingham, and who else? Yeah, I mean,
Better than America.
Well, no, but
Mason
who's
Mount?
American midfield. Huh?
Oh,
Mason
Mount.
Mount?
Okay, Mason Mount.
Mason, come on, dog. Big mountain out there. Come
Okay.
on now. I forgot.
Okay, we got Sterling, Rashford, Harry Kane.
Oh, Ben White. He's all right from Arsenal. Ben White's all right.
Caesar, stop.
Declan Rice.
Oh, Declan Rice.
I'm
Declan's
not
a good first name.
Okay, actually, I do like Declan Rice, and if he's like available, he should start over Jordan Henderson, in my opinion. And he's a good World Cup.
agree.
He's a good World Cup.
But they have good
midfielder.
players. They have Phil Foden. They got Sterling. They got
they got Phil Foden.
Phil Foden's the ball. They got your least favorite winger ever, Saka. They got some players, dog.
Okay, all right, they got a few guys.
The Mason Greenwood might come out of jail. Who knows, dog? They got a lot of players, dog.
If they let Mason out, it's real bad. Also, Mendy got found not guilty on one of his charges.
Also, I know you talk about Trent, but they also still have Reece James too.
They do, yeah.
Right. Okay, they got some guys. I forgot.
So back up.
I'm backing up.
Come back. Let's go.
I'm backing up. I'm backing up. I'm backing up. I was looking at them sideways, but more so because I want them to beat America.
You know who I do like that doesn't get any attention really, that Chelsea team? That Connor guy, that midfielder.
Oh, he's pretty good actually.
Gallagher.
But is he English?
He's English, and he played at Crystal Palace last year. I like
Gallagher?
him. I like him. Yeah, Gallagher.
Yeah.
Now is he for real English?
Did he sell out?
He might have sold out. That name Connor Gallagher is very un-English, but I'm down.
I don't know, buddy.
Yeah, I like him though. He's a good player.
But no, I was looking at England sideways mostly because I want them to beat USA because they abolished slavery before USA did. So I'm like, I gotta go for England. But y'all have convinced me to not look at them sideways. So thank you guys. But I still think that this group is the easiest group. Like ultimately, I think it's the easiest group.
I was born in England. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know, dog.
I know the lineage. The lineage is a little.
Yeah.
They might have been defectors in a war. Anyways.
But anyway, we made a podcast, episode 271. Anything else you guys want to bring up? What's the deal?
Come on now, what are you doing? You're just like you're the person that like got the keys to someone's Lambo and you're just riding around everywhere right now with this unlimited time, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well,
Anything
look,
y'all want to talk about? What's up? How's
well, I
everybody
put
doing?
in the show notes that you didn't look at.
I did look at it.
Just now in parentheses. Is there anything else you want to bring up? So look, Holly's typing. She might be.
No.
No. Okay.
Oh.
But if not, then you know what I mean. We can end the episode, and it's official. Because yes, I was. I had to see. But 3 in a row. And you hate America, the men's. You hate USMNT.
Yeah, everything else is fine because you hate USMNT too. I mean, it'd be kind of weird if she didn't.
If you did,
It would be.
If you like the men's national team of the United States of America, I'd be sad. The women, absolutely great. I love them.
Yeah.
The men, trash.
Yeah.
Caesar, how would you feel? Like, would you feel different if they had a bunch of black players though? If that was like half black team?
No.
Me neither.
They tried it when they tried to bring those Germans in. It didn't work for me.
Yeah, no, those guys are cap. Anyway, we made a podcast, episode 271. Holler.